She's over there looking like Mrs. Roper from Three's Company.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hell no.
Yo, shout for season, man. Shout for season, man.
She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Finna love sisters? Finna D coming to you all from Finna Tina News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
As you can see, social media had a field day with Kenya Moore response. I'm sure Miserable Milo said something about the way Kenya looked at the reunion. Now, most of you and most of the supporters of the Real Housewives of Atlanta are used to Kenya really clean, sleek, classy looks. The thing about Kenya is she doesn't have to try hard. She's effortless with it. And when she does attempt to push the envelope, she doesn't go overboard with it. Like this green dress, for example. The top part, clean, sleek, classic, okay? The bottom, drama moment. These beautiful one arm or one side moments at the reunion, and then just her regular day going to events and things like that. Even at Miserable Milo event, clean, sleek, beautiful, but then the legs are dramatic. And one line going from the legs all the way up, dramatic, with the rest of the dress clean, sleek, classic. Perfect example, the Kenya that people are used to, knowing when to say when, certain part of the dress is the moment, and then Kenya shows up in this red dress. People are not used to that. They're not used to things being over the top, not looking effortless, being everywhere. So there were people who was like, why is she wearing all of that? Compared to the yellow look, it's the same concept, but she knew when to say when. And this part of the dress have drama compared to the red dress. Then the long black boots, then the gloves, then the jewelry. People are not used to all of that from Kenya. They are used to all of these sleek, like I said, classy, effortless looks. Like all of these dresses on the screen, it doesn't matter the moment. She could wear a simple solid color dress and she kills it every time, and that's what they're used to. But she shows up at this year reunion giving the girls everything, okay? I'm not just giving you a moment in this spot and that spot. Get into it. And people are not used to that, but I love her dress. I love everything about it, the color, everything. I understand the sleeves. Maybe she could do without the extra, on the sleeves, but that brought drama to the look. She didn't play it safe. I love it. I think she's the best dressed, like I said in the last video. If you watch the video I did on social media reaction, she was the best dressed. She won that, okay? The link to that video is in the description below. But I'm fair. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I did not see the negative comments and people saying I rock with Kenya, but I don't like this look. And people are entitled to their opinion. Even after the trailer of the reunion and as I'm doing my review this morning, these are some of the comments about Kenya look and just her face and makeup. Kenya looks like a doll. She looks gorgeous as, my God. Kenya brought her A game here, slaying. Kenya Summer Moore. Kenya is giving face. Kenya looks amazing. Kenya, that's all. Kenya's makeup is absolutely perfection. Wow. And of course, I did not forget this moment right here at the fashion show. I mean, come on, knowing when to say when. It's elegant, it's beautiful, and it's drama. And it looks like someone attempted to remake this and they failed miserably. I already know Kenya Moore is the shade assassin. I don't even know why Miserable Milo even try, okay? You can start it, but she would finish it. So social media had a field day with her response the Milo look and all of that, as you can see from the comments and tweets on the screen. But there are other things that happened in that video or in the trailer that I want to talk about. So this was, the light work. Let's talk about the fashion. Let's joke around a little bit with the title in the beginning. But now we got to get to the serious stuff. And that's the reason why I'm not reading the comments. I normally read the tweets and I insert, fun editing and all of that. But I really want to get to other things that happened in that clip. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward. So let's get into it.
Her phone number appears in Mark's phone record. You will have to appear in court. Here is your subpoena.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Just going to insert clips from videos I've done over the years, warning, talking about Milo and all of these things. I'm not surprised that this is happening, but let's get into everything that I've been saying. Just call me Vindicated Vena at this point.
Bravo, Steven, everybody. Please, just so that y'all won't negate this girl this money and thinking that she's pregnant, have her come up there and pee on the EPT. She need to pee on the stick. You need to have her go in the bathroom. She need to make sure she don't have nothing on. She need to just be naked. Kenya's so sick, she might have it in her ears. Have her just naked, gloves on, just like she taking a drug test, and pee on the stick before she been to con somebody about being pregnant. Lord, and if she plan on that, I'd be so mad.
If I hear you say, Kenya, one more time, I will start a petition to fire you off the show. We waited in vain for you to get a peach. Your hate for Kenya is so obsessive, and I can't believe anyone can make Kenya so lovable. Is it jealousy? Girl, you need to heal because Kenya is paying you zero mind, like you are beneath her. What an embarrassment. I'm so disappointed I supported you. Grow up and heal.
Oh my God.
She's mad obsessed in a creepy way. We're all aware that Marlo is creepy and is weird and is obsessed with Kenya. And like I said in that review, Kenya needs to have security because it's becoming scary. And something I've also been saying for a long time, and Kenya is now repeating it too. I'm going to insert a clip from a video I did a little over a year ago when this image was posted because Brooklyn was in it. This is what I said. Get away from our Brooklyn, you demon. I was just all jokes, but that's really sad when you can sit there and basically drag a woman who's been wanting a child for a very long time, and then she finally gives birth, and you're over here saying that it's not her baby and she wasn't pregnant, all of that. But I get it. Kenneth decided to move on, so we will move on. However, Milo, I'm still giving you the side eye. And of course, I was right for saying that when it comes to giving Milo the side eye, because here we are, okay? Milo is back to her old ways. But Milo did say that she won't be surprised that after Kenya gets paid for an entire season, just to come back and say, hey, I had a miscarriage, because she was never pregnant in the first place. So when you have someone who sat on the same platform and cried about her issues and talking about wanting to have kids and all of that, when you have someone then project their insecurities on you, and for someone to be that hateful, for you to be brave enough to bring them in your home and have them around your child, it's like, what are you doing, girl? And I said that in all of those videos. So I'm happy, once again, I already said this too, that Marlo is showing her, you know what? Because I would rather Marlo do this than to pretend to be Kenya more friend, and for Kenya to bring her in her home with all that jealousy around the very child that she said Kenya was never having. So here are some tweets and comments of Kenya agreeing with everything I've said. Please never have little Brooklyn around Marlo. She is dangerous. Kenya responded, never. I also retweeted this one. I wouldn't want Brooklyn in the same house as crazy Milo. Milo is so toxic and reckless with her mouth. If she can tell her teenage nephews to get the bleep out, Milo is capable of disrespecting Kenya in front of her daughter Brooklyn. Milo doesn't care. And I was right for reading that comment and highlighting that comment back then because Milo doesn't care. When you kick a person's door and they open their door and say, my daughter is in here, you should have enough sense to say, okay, you know what? Her child is in there. Let me go ahead and walk away like everybody else did. You can't be so disgusting where you completely black out when it comes to another cast member, where you keep knocking and kicking the door even after they said my child is in here. And what's even more disgusting is not knowing when to say when. This is a reality TV show. It is not that deep. To take it as far as Phaedra Park's level, to kick her door with her child in it, and then to contact allegedly the father of her child, to then plan something where she could lose custody of her child, and that would never happen because we already know Kenya's an amazing mother, so we don't have to worry about that. But to go that far, to sit on camera and claim she was never pregnant, and then she had the baby, and then to plot for her to lose that very child, and you think that's normal? You think that's normal behavior? And you don't think that you are obsessed and you are sick and you are disgusting? You don't see a problem with that? It's one thing to throw shade at a person, at each other. It's a show. But for you to take it this far as it relates to Kenya Moore and don't see no problem with it, and then for production to sit around and think it's okay and to protect her. Kenya said during her Carlos King interview that miserable Milo chased her around a restaurant and that production cut that out. So production cut out this woman chasing Kenya around a restaurant, being aggressive, but then went and created a montage to validate Courtney, Cloutney, Courtyard, paper clips, whatever you call her, to validate her karma comment towards Kenya. They put a montage together to prove that Kenya is a mean girl. And in that montage, they included Kenya opening her door and protecting her daughter. And everyone laughed at them because that's how dumb they are this season. Like that moment supposed to make us say, oh, yes, Kenya is mean. Are you dumb? You know what I'm saying? But you cut out the ex-con who wants us to believe that she's changed, chasing this woman around a restaurant. You cut that out to prove that she is changing because she's out at a foster care event giving out awards. No, you show both sides. That's what makes a reality TV show real. You show that, yes, she is working on herself. She is going over here and giving back. However, the reason why she's still in counseling, because every now and again, aggressive, miserable Milo comes out. Every now and again, it comes out. And that's real. My question to the black producers, Bravo Production, Andy, all of you, are you all waiting for Milo Hampton to make an example out of Kenya Moore before you step in? Are you waiting for her to do exactly what she did to that young lady and she's no longer here with us? May her soul rest in peace. Is that what you're waiting for Milo to do before you step in? Because if she was so pink inside, like Kenya Moore said during that Carlos King interview, why did someone from production or the crew jump in like this? Look at Drew's face. Drew looks terrified. Even you all are on edge because she's a liability. You saw her record, you knew everything, and you still gave her a chance, which is a beautiful thing because everyone deserves a second chance. Sometimes a third chance. You know, Milo is up there, 150 chances. Child, whatever. Do you? Okay? So no one is saying that Milo did not or doesn't deserve the chance, but show both. That's her reality. She gets angry, she snaps, She allegedly chased people around restaurants. She's aggressive, but then she can get dressed up and go and present foster care awards. She can get upset and tell her nephews to get out. She can bring them back. The list goes on and on. But show her reality and don't protect her and cut out the scene, but then spend extra minutes putting together a montage to prove that the intelligent black woman is a mean girl because that intelligent black woman doesn't fit the stereotype of the type of black woman that you want to represent your network. So you invest hours into the bias editing to make her look like this monster. So by the time the audience say, oh my gosh, you know what? Kenya Moore is really intelligent. All this time, it's too late because they have spent that entire hour arguing, dragging, and going in on Kenya. By the time they realize that it was bias editing and they've been blinded by the producers, it's too late. And then we see who they give centerpiece to. We see who they give spin-offs to. And the list goes on and on. She doesn't fit the stereotype and the type of black woman that they want to represent their network. And I'll leave it at that. She is too intelligent. Physically assault people. Oh, yeah, sure. Here's your centerpiece. Here's your spin-off. And I'll leave it at that. But bravo, this woman is disgusting and she's taking it too far. Unfortunately, she is doing it towards Kenya. So Bravo will not be taking any action. Like I stated before, if Phaedra Parks did what she did to Kenya, Phaedra Parks would have stayed on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Phaedra Parks would have been supported. Kenya Moore would have been forced to have a sit down with Phaedra, and she would still be on this show. But it was with Candy, so things were different. I'm not aware that people ask the question, well, if Bravo is so terrible to Kenya, then why is Kenya still there? Just quit. I'm also aware that all money ain't good money. I get it. But if you're getting paid allegedly $2 million, a little over $2 million, or even close to $2 million, that's a lot of money to walk away from. Especially at this point, it's light work for Kenya. At one point, it was the entire cast and the host against her, and she still handled her own. But the thing is, regardless of Kenya's final decision, she was Kenya Moore before the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she will be Kenya Moore after. So I'm not worried about our girl. Wherever she lands, we will be there to support her. Let's do a quick recap. And as far as the fashion topic, I'm aware that time and place and all of that. So a certain dress might work here, but it wouldn't work there. Regardless, the reason why I posted all of those different looks, because it didn't matter if it's a fashion show in Paris, if it's an award show, or the reunion. Kenya is the effortless, not trying too hard, classy, clean, sleek look type of person when she dressed. So whenever it seems like she's going over the top, people are not used to that. It's the point I was trying to make. Now let's bring it back to miserable Milo. The reason why I made that statement about how far does Milo have to go, did she have to make an example out of Kenya? That would never happen. Kenya is covered by the blood of Jesus and she will be fine. But the reason why I took it that far is Phaedra Parks and her ex-husband got away with lying on Kenya Moore for a few seasons. And even after he admitted that it was a lie, Phaedra kept her peach and pretended, well, I had to believe my husband. I did not know he lied. We all knew Phaedra was a part of that whole situation, but she kept her peach. And so Phaedra said, well, nothing happened the last time. Let me see how far I can push this envelope. And she went after Candy. Phaedra had to go to the lowest of the low, to the gutter, attempted to end that woman's career before Bravo said enough is enough, and then they let her go. And also because Candy put her foot down, I would end the entire network. I will sue, allegedly, okay, before they fire Phaedra. It had to go to a level for Bravo to take action. Then we have Portia Williams, pulled Kenya's hair, had no remorse. her tears were the same tears she used during the Candy situation because it was tears of losing that check and that peach. It wasn't tears of remorse. She didn't even apologize to Kenya. People had to beg her to acknowledge her wrong and apologize to Kenya. And then Kenya was almost forced to sit with her. And then everyone took her side. And that's the reason why she kept repeating that disgusting behavior until she went on her own show when she had no one there to blame. Couldn't say Kenya provoked me. And she still exhibited the same behavior. It's because after everything, she was giving centipede, she was giving spin-offs. So you keep rewarding the bad behavior, then behave shocked when that person keeps going and then they go all the way down to the gutter. Why are you shocked? No one is saying Kenya Moore is a saint. But how far and how low you're going to sit back and watch a person go before you decide to step in? And why should Kenya quit her job and leave because of a disgusting person? No, you rectify that behavior. You have a conversation with that person. You let them know they're crossing the line. No one should have to quit their great paying job because of biased producers and editing and people who are not capable of doing their job, of coming to work and being fair. She shouldn't have to quit her job because of that. So I understand the other part. If Bravo is so terrible, why are you still there? I get that part. But why should she have to leave because Bravo wants to be biased? Am I saying people are not capable of changing? Absolutely not. Anyone can change. But how much lower did Portia have to go before production realized, okay, we need to do something? Because now you are on your own show. You can't blame anyone anymore, and you are still fighting. But then Sheree brings a friend on the show that allegedly goes through Drew's purse to see if she could find some medication or anything incriminating to then use it against Drew, a person that hired, a private investigator to get dirt on Drew. Drew complained and she was instantly removed. It did not take Bravo 10 seasons to realize anything. She was removed and that was it. End of discussion. She made Drew feel uncomfortable. She went too far and allegedly she was fired and she was removed. We never saw her again after that episode or that alleged whatever I just said. And I'm not even saying this monster should get fired. All I'm saying is since she doesn't have enough common sense and the dots are not connecting for her to know when to say when, as a production company, they need to talk to her and set her down and say, look, you want to be on this show? You want to last on this show? No one is saying don't keep it real, don't be authentic. But as it relates to Kenya, you are going too far. Okay, Kenya make you upset? Clap back. She claps back all the time. Have conversations. All of those things are real. But now you're taking it too far, messing with her custody, her situation. That's too far. Chasing her around the restaurant allegedly to become aggressive and violent towards her. That's too far. You shouldn't sit back and wait till one of your people from your crew have to jump in to hold someone back before you realize it's gone too far. And then you keep rewarding bad behavior. It's disgusting. And lastly, allegedly, Milo overheard Kenya having a private conversation where she was venting, about just life situation, nanny, all of that. Milo goes and called Kenya Moore assistant, thinking that it was Kenya Moore nanny, told her what she heard Kenya said, a bunch of lies, in hopes that Kenya nanny would have quit in the midst of Kenya filming The Real Housewives of Atlanta, leaving Brooklyn without a nanny to watch her. Okay? Well, Kenya assistant called Kenya and told her Milo just called and she thought she was talking to the nanny and she said all of these things. And it's just like, girl, I get it. You want to hold your peace, but none of these things are on the show. They're not a part of your storyline. So when you are crossing the lines and going into people's personal life to intentionally hurt people, that's taking it too far. Come to work, do your job, leave it on the show. When you start doing things to affect someone's custody and all of that, that's disgusting. And then for production to sit back, it's nasty. And it's so sad that she is a liability, but yet she is working on changing herself. But it's sad that production is going to sit back until something happens. And that's the reason why they ran to hold her back when she went after Drew like that. Because they know everyone will instantly say she was a liability and you kept her on for that long and you gave her a peach anyways. Giving people second chances is amazing. However, when they continue to exhibit those same disgusting behavior that got them where they were in the first place, then you need to step in and take actions. But I will also give credit that with all of the things she's been through, she's managed to not be in any physical altercations. It came very close a few times, but she's kept her hands to herself. So I will applaud that. All I'm saying to Bravo is don't wait until it gets to that point. Kenya deserves better. To work hard, to invest in yourself, to have no investors, to start a company from the ground up, for your entire work and efforts to be completely removed from the entire season, but yet those black producers, and Andy and them included, were able to put a montage together to prove that you are a mean girl. But then they cut out your event and show Milo foster care event, and also cut out Milo chasing Kenya around restaurants. They always protect the real villains of the show. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. Thank you all for subscribing to my YouTube members only. The link to subscribe is in the description below. And the word join, there's a button on my channel that you can click to join. I'm wishing all of you well and take care.
My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.